everyone. Today I'm kind of bringing you guys like a life update and Q&A. There's been some frequently asked questions over the last probably since January, and some are before that that I've been asked, and so I thought I would finally address these questions, and so yeah, let's get into this. First things first is my life update. As I just said, I just got back from a summer intensive, pretty much when you watched this a week ago, and I improved so much, and I really feel like it was really worthwhile, and I feel like I've gotten a lot stronger in areas that I wasn't strong before, and I feel like I've really improved my technique, improved my performance, and I got to work with a lot of different teachers. I got to work with Mr. Pegler, as you guys know, and I got to work with Miss Andrea, who is the owner of Los Angeles Ballet Academy. She's an incredible teacher. I got to work with a former professional dancer from American Ballet Theater, and I also got to work with a former professional dancer from Los Angeles Ballet Company and New York City Ballet, which was really different. We did a lot of balancing stuff in her classes, and it was very different from what I'm used to, but it was so great to have that experience. And we learned different variations. We learned variations that don't really get taught a whole lot due to like copyright purposes for the choreography and stuff. It was a really fun time, and I got to do it with my friends, and I got so much, I mean, like, we had so many laughs and so many conversations that just made us laugh, and yeah, so that was a really amazing time, and so now I'll be going back in a couple of weeks. My date schedule has changed slightly. Monday nights I'm still going to LA. Tuesdays my private lessons are later in the days, and then when I get back to do class at RDA, it's also later in the day. So we've kind of changed the schedule slightly, and it actually, for me, in my opinion, works better for me and my schedule as far as my work schedule and my school schedule, because I am going to be a senior in high school. What? Also, I'm changing up the blogging schedule just slightly because Sunday is like the day that everyone uploads stuff. I'm going to change my Life on Point schedule to air on Mondays at 3:15 on Mondays, and all my lifestyle videos will be on Wednesdays still, but they're going to go up at 12 in the afternoon rather than 2. And then if I have any vlogs or anything like that, those will go up on Tuesdays or Saturdays around 11. So it'll kind of depend. If you follow my socials, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Snapchat, you guys will get to see a lot more of what goes on and all of that sort of a thing. So yeah, that's the schedule for the new year. As far as what I'm studying for dance next year, I'm going to be retaking my Advanced 2. You guys knew that from my exam update, at least hopefully. And I'm also going to be competing at Youth America Grand Prix this year, which I'm very excited for, and I was a little bit stressed at first, but I'm really excited for it now. And I'm also probably gonna have a couple of other performances during the year. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, so that's a kind of a brief update of what's going on, and now we're gonna get into the Q&A section of things. The first question is probably my most asked question in my entire existence, and it is, what is your ring for and why do you wear it? So my purity ring represents purity, and for me it is a decision that I made a very long time ago. I want to say I was about 11 or 12 when I took the vow, but it's basically a reminder for me and a reminder for other people that I am not going to have sex before marriage. No, my parents did not make me take this vow. I took it myself. I made the decision, and I am completely happy with my decision, and I am, yeah. I don't know what else there is to say about it, except for the fact that purity is one of my biggest core values, and this ring, it just symbolizes it, and I very rarely ever take this off, even for performances. I have worn it in performances before on accident because I forgot I was wearing it, but I never take it off. I mean, I very rarely ever take it off. So. The next question is, are you moving to LA? I have been getting this question asked so recently, probably within the last like June, since this last June, and I don't know why, but people are like, oh, are you moving to LA? And I was like, no, like, I'm not going anywhere. My teachers have asked me to move to LA just because they want to work with me and they think it would be more beneficial for me, but I do not feel ready to move to LA. Not quite yet. I don't want to be living with, you know, friends or family that I have in LA. No offense to my friends and family because I love them, but it's not right timing, and there comes a time where you have to trust yourself and trust your instincts, and I don't feel ready to move to LA for dance or work or otherwise, so yeah, I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. I also posted something on Facebook about it, so I think that's why I've been getting a lot of the questions too, but just recently, I think it was something along the lines of like, blisters and bruises and people begging me to move to LA or something like that, and people went like ballistic. Like, I started getting like text messages and like messages on like Twitter and Instagram. They were like, you can't go anywhere. I'm like, I'm sorry. What is your secret to flawless makeup? I have a video actually that I did. It's called my flawless face routine, and really my secret is custom blend foundation because it just blends into your neck and it doesn't really look like you're wearing makeup. 2 is correct application. Everyone likes to apply their makeup differently, but for me, I like applying it with a brush and then patting it off with a beauty blender. Like, I go through a couple of different steps. And then I powder a lot. I tend to bake my T-zone because I get so oily, and then I kind of pat the rest of my face with powder because that I just find gives a really flawless finish. But if you guys are interested, I'll leave that video down in the description box and in the cards above. What are your tips for dancing on your period? This is a great question. I mean, periods are a pain, for dancers especially, I feel, and I tend to get like the worst periods ever. Like, I have like such horrible menstrual cramps and headaches, and sometimes I vomit more oftentimes than not, and it's just terrible. So for me, if you guys, tampons are great, but I hate tampons, so I wear briefs and then a pad underneath my tights and leotard. And then I just wear like the higher cut ones, that way they don't show, when you like devil pay your leg to the side or kick your leg or whatever. And as for like cramping situations, Advil and ibuprofen. There's only so much I feel like you can do for your period. I will say though, I started drinking a lot more water when I was on my period, and that really, really helps. It makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel less uncomfortable, and it also helps with water retention. Also staying away from like really salty foods, so like chips and things like that. If you heavily salt your foods, maybe ease off the salt for a little bit, because that will also help with like bloating and water retention. At least I find for me. So yeah, those are my tips. I hope it helps. I know the struggle, so I understand. What is your favorite food? I don't really have a favorite food. I used to really, my favorite food of all time used to be Italian. It's kind of changing, but I like all foods, but because I haven't really found another favorite food, I will just stick with Italian because I really do love Italian. I also really love Mexican food. But I mean, like I said, I really like food in general, so I mean, I can't really pick a favorite. Chocolate though. I really love chocolate. Chocolate is my favorite. So, I mean, but that I don't really count that as like food. I count that as like more of like a treat. But what is your favorite season and why? Autumn, for sure, hands down. I love fall. I don't know what it is about fall, but it brings such a comfort and joy to my soul. Like, I love fall. Like, I love everything about it. I love chunky knit sweaters. I love the colors of fall. I love the feeling it brings me. I actually can't wait to like move somewhere where fall is actually fall and not like summer. Dating advice. That is a very loaded question. My thing is, again, this is a choice I've made for myself, not something that my parents have made for me. I am not dating until I'm 18. I basically made that decision. I don't remember when I made that decision, but I decided that I didn't want to date until I was 18 because I feel like there's so much more to life than dating. There is so much more to your high school years than dating. And especially with my life right now, I mean, I get that, like, there's never going to be a time that I'm not going to be busy. Let's just be real. But especially right now, I want to be able to be secure in who I am so that when I am dating somebody, they get not, like, I want to give them the best part of me, you know? Like, I want to work through some of the insecurities that I have now, that way our relationship then will be a lot better, if that makes any sense. But I will say this, if you are going to date and you do decide that you want to date, make a list of the reasons why you want to date this person. Qualities, looks, personality, and don't just think about like the things that you can see on the outside, like the inside. And as you watch that person, how are they interacting with your friends? How are they interacting with your family? How are they interacting with the cashier? And before you say it, just because or because I'm in love is not an actual thing. It's not an actual reason, because I truly believe, and I'm a teenager so I can say this, when you're a teenager, you do not understand what it means to be in love. You may be in love with the feeling and not the person. Just saying. And I might offend people with, you know, my opinion, but that's fine because I offend a lot of people with my opinions, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, and if you have a weird feeling about that person, trust your gut, trust your instincts. That's probably the biggest piece of advice I could give you, is trust your instincts, because if you feel like there's something off about it, or you feel disgusting or whatever, when they look at you, chances are it's a bad idea. So trust your gut, trust your instincts, and it will save you a lot of heartache. I can tell you that. I can tell you that because I have experienced it. But yeah, so I could go on and on and on about this topic, so if you want me to, I can write up a blog post and I can do a video all dedicated to my thoughts on dating. Why is it so important for you to spend time with God? This is also a very loaded question, but I have my answer very clearly because I do get this question asked a lot, especially since most of my friends are non-Christian. I spend time with God because I find that if I don't, I actually am a cranky, you know, it's a crap day if I don't spend time with God, let me just say that. Number two, I want so much more than just to be the Christian that goes to church and, you know, says they're a Christian, which there's nothing wrong with that. I am not here to judge. I'm just saying, for me, it's my personal conviction that I don't want that. I want so much more than that, and I actually want a cultivated relationship with God where people can look at me and say, she's a friend of God. There's something so special about being a friend of God, which is so important to me. Three, I can't get enough of his presence, which kind of goes back to number two, where it's just like, I just want to be around him. Like, you know that person that you just want to be around all the time? That's how God is for me. And so it's so important that I get that time with God in, and even if it does offend other people, I don't really care, because this is my life, this is my lifestyle, and this is the lifestyle that I've chosen to live. What point shoes do you wear? This was actually recommended by one of my teachers. If you guys saw my vlog on back in, I think it was like March, you guys would know that my Russian points got discontinued, and so I couldn't wear them anymore. So my teacher told me to try out the Suffolk Stellars, and even though they did break on me in the exam, I haven't had an issue with them since, and I mean, I love those shoes. Those shoes are so, like, they're as comfortable as a pointe shoe can possibly get. They show off my feet like beautifully, and they don't squeeze the life out of my feet. So. Do you have a boyfriend? Nope. And I'm leaving it at that. Last question. What is your backup plan in case ballet does not work out? Great question. My uncle actually asked me this probably a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago maybe. And I decided that if ballet doesn't work out for me, I will teach ballet. I will go on and teach ballet. I will continue blogging and doing the YouTube thing, and I will also go to fashion school because my second passion from dance is fashion and beauty and lifestyle, and basically what I'm doing here. If I could be like a personal stylist, I would probably do that. If ballet didn't work out for me, I would probably be a personal stylist because I love doing that sort of thing. So. But anyways, I know this video is kind of long, I'm sure, but I had such a fun time filming and talking to you guys. I love you guys so much, and I've missed this. I've missed talking to you guys through camera, through screen. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this life update / Q&A. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Sung and Rose. Please subscribe because that would mean the absolute world. Please follow my social medias if you guys want to keep up with what is going on in my life. They will all be listed down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on Monday. Mwah. Bye!